Okay, good day. So this will be the last two topics that we will be discussing that will be part of your finance. So this will be a video recording of the topic, so you can just rewatch it anytime before your time. So the first of the last two topics is about revenue and the cost of production. So in the eyes of the manufacturer, right, of the seller, um, the inaang atong discuss about. Okay. So let's start with revenue. So of course, revenue is the amount paid by the buyer to sellers and the number of commodities being purchased. So this is the main reason why businesses to operate um, their business. Why do they conduct their business? This is one of the reasons that separate um, non-profit or charity organization from profit organization, such as corporation. It's because of revenue to earn. Basically. Okay. So to solve total revenue, the formula there is just simply um, multiplying the multiplying the price, all right, times its quantity, the total number sold. Okay, so later we'll have an example. So first, let's try to separate. Okay, let's try to separate um, flow. Right, flow. Hello, mic test, mic test. Hello, mic, mic test. Hello, mic test. Okay, right. So let's differentiate how do we compute profit in terms of accounting and economy in terms of economy. Okay. So in accounting, mag-solve kita ng profit or net profit, we just simply subtract the net profit, the total revenue rather, ang total revenue sa total cost. Okay. So kung pila ang aton naging total cost dira, ina ang aton um, i-subtract. Okay? Yun lang. I-minus pa lang siya. So pila ang imo total cost sa total revenue. Pero ang pagdating sa sa economy or what we will call economic profit, okay, kung paano natin siya i-solve, it's different. Slightly different naman. Because we have total revenue, we have total revenue, and then we have explicit cost, and we have implicit cost. Okay? Ano ba sa lingon sa explicit and implicit cost? So your implicit costs are basically the actual cost naging gastos mo para maka-operate ka sa imo business. So basically, all your all your total costs are considered as your implicit cost. So just remember, total cost, pag in-use mo siya in economy, that would be your explicit cost. Okay? Total cost, that would be your explicit cost. Okay? So ang bago sa economy or sa economic profit is the implicit cost. Alright? Ano yung implicit cost? Implicit cost are the opportunity cost. Okay? Opportunity cost, which are the benefit tani na sacrifice mo in order for you to make a decision or to choose a specific option instead. Okay? So, kumbaga, ang imo option na, kunwari, ang balunta, nagaparenta ka. Okay? So, you have five rooms. Tapos, kada room, ang parenta mo 2,000. So, 2,000 times 5 rooms, you would have earned 10,000. Diba? Your total revenue times is 10,000. Pero nag-decide ka na ang 1,000 ang isa ka room hindi mo siya pagparentahon, obrahan mo siya nga storage room. Okay? So your total revenue is 2,000 times 4 na lang. So, 2,000 times 4, that's 8,000. Then, 8,000, minus mo siya ng mga expenses mo, mga kuryente, tubig, alright? That maintenance, those are explicit costs. Okay? So, ano yung implicit cost? Yung na-forgone mo o yung nilet go mo nga benefit, which is what? Yung isa ka room nga, kung ano mo tani, kung parenta mo, nag-earn ka. And pila ina nga room, pila ina 2,000. So, ibig sabihin, i-minus mo na siya in computing economic profit. Right? So, let's have a different example. So, for example, ang ating total revenue is 10,000 pesos times 10 units. Ibig sabihin, 10,000 ang worth of price per unit. Pila ang nabaligya sa? That's 10 units. Okay? So, pila ating total revenue? That would be um, 100,000. Okay? Right? And then, pila ating cost? Okay? So, pila ating cost? Per unit, that's 1,500. So, 1,500 per unit, pila ang nabaligya? 10. So, ibig sabihin, 10,000. Let's try to have example. Okay, so let's break them down. So, ang atong total revenue, okay, so nga man nakuha natin 100,000, that's 10,000, yan, 10,000 times 10, 100,000. Unit cost, paano nakuha? That 1,500 times 10 units, 15,000. Okay? Now, kung economic profit, kung accounting profit, okay, ang ubrahon ta in accounting, okay, amo lang sina. Kung in accounting, um, you just deduct the 100,000 ang total revenue sa imo unit cost or sa imo expenses, total cost, which is 15,000 sa ating example. Okay? So, your net profit would be 85,000 afterwards. Pero, kung economic profit, so kung economic profit, we will not end sa 85,000. We would consider the what? We would consider the 18,000 worth of items. Okay? Naman, ihambal niya, 18,000 worth of items is given for free to friends in exchange of promotion. So, but lingon, kung wala niya tayo ito free para mag-choose na promotion sa tani, kung hindi niya na kung hindi niya naging pili na desisyon, the 18,000 worth of items would have been a sale. Benta pa na siya tani. Pero, gin-let go na lang siya. Okay? Gin-let go niya. So, as a result, we using economic profit, we would deduct that. Okay? So, ima-minus natin yung mga benefits na gin-let go niya. That would be your implicit cost. So, 85 minus 18,000, that would be 67,000. Okay? So, you can always remember na in terms of the accounting and the economic computation of profit, the economic profit must lower always. Mas manubo na siya. Nga, it's because you have implicit cost to consider.
Tomorrow,
Okay, so now let's talk about price. So there are two types of price: the buying price and the selling price. So what is a buying price? A buying price is or refers to the price that the buyers are willing to pay for a certain product or service. Okay, again, buying price refers to the amount, monetary value that buyers are willing to pay to receive the product or service. While selling price is the amount, the monetary amount that the seller is willing to deliver or render the product or service. Okay, again, selling price refers to the amount of price that the seller is willing to provide for the product or service. Okay? Okay, give me one moment. right? So now let's talk about buying and selling price. So let's have an example. So kunwari, di ba, gasakay kita tricycle, okay? Di ba, tapos kunwari makadto kita from St. John, makadto kita pa Kagat, okay? So ikaw as a buyer, ikaw yung gasakay ng tricycle. So pamangkuton ka, pila imo bayad pakadto dito. So ikaw mahatag ka sa presyo mo, no willing ka magbayad for the service. That is your buying price. That is what we call buying price. So for example, ang balonta. So akong buying price siya, or hindi mo ang balon buying price ko, yes. Pero ang di ba pamangkuton ka, pila imo bayad to. Ang sabton mo 50. Okay? So that would be your buying price, 50. You're willing to get the service of ride ng tricycle for 50 pesos from St. John to Cagay. Okay? Tapos, ang tricycle niya, daw hindi siya kontento. So, ang balon niya, dugang dabi 20. Dugang 20, 70 lang. Dulong ta ka to. Okay? So, that would be the selling price. Willing ka idulong ni seller or willing ka idulong ni tricycle driver for how much? For 70 pesos. And what is that 70 pesos? That is the selling price. Okay? Claro? Okay? Now, let's talk about function of price. Ano yung purpose or ano yung function of price? So we have two functions, the rationing function of price and the allocative function of price. Alright? So rationing function of price, it refers to the function of price to distribute, okay? Distribute products or services. Okay? So ibig sabihin, si price, pwede mo magamit to distribute the product. Halimbawa, we have pulo ka tonelada sang bugas. Okay? 10 tons of rice. So, sa 10 tons of rice, i-distribute mo siya sa District 1 kag sa District 2. Okay? District 1 and District 2. So, usually, ang ubrahon ta, since we want to be fair, ang ubrahon taya is ito nga ta equally. So ang sa District 1, butang mo na 5 tons. Ang sa second naman, ng District 2, 5 tons man. Equal sila. Alright? But, that's not actually equal in reality. Why? It's because there are factors that make things uneven. For example, population. So, damo iya ang District 1, damo tao sa District 1 kaysa sa District 2. Okay? So, if that's the case na mas damo ang District 1, ang tao sa District 1 kaysa sa District 2. Now, does it make sense na i-equal ang pag-distribute ng bugas? It doesn't, right? Kaya mas damo iya ang kinahanglan, damo ang demand sa District 1 kaysa sa District 2. Okay? So, where does the price would come in? Now, to manipulate that, to adjust to that factor, ano ubrahon? The price sa District 1 would be cheaper compared to the price sa District 2. Why? In that way, mas damo kaya magbakal sa bugas sa District 1, alright, kaysa sa District 2, kay mas barato ang District 1. So if that's the case, na-ration mo, na-distribute mo now properly ang bugas. And how? Through price manipulation. Okay? So that would be an example of rationing a function of price. The distribution, controlling the distribution through the price manipulation or through price. Okay? For example, another example. Kunwari, tubig. Gusto mo yung mas damo ang tubig sa District 2 kaysa sa District 1. So what would you do? Mas mahal ang presyo ng tubig sa District 1 kaysa sa District 2. That way, mas damo ang makagamit ng tubig sa District 2 kaysa sa District 1. Okay? Now, allocative function of price. Now, it's different from rationing. Rationing refers to the distribution ng goods or service through price. Allocative function of price refers to the production of goods or service. Ibig sabihin, ginakontrol mo yung production through price. na control mo ang production ang pag-produce ng product or service through price. How? Halimbawa, nurses, okay? Ang balon dabe. So, kung ano ang balon ng government, masyado nakadamo ang nurses subong. Okay? So, hindi mo na siya hindi mo na kinanglan ng damo nurses. Gusto mo ang damo is doktor. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, gusto mo, ang ma-produce ng mga graduate, less ang nurse, more ang doctor. So, what would you do? Sobrang mo, pagamayan mo ang sweldo sa nurses, pataasan ang sweldo sa doktor. That way, the consumer, or I mean, the product, or the student na mag-take ng course nila, mag-college later on, mas prefer nila mag-apply or eskwela, doktor na lang, kay mataas sweldo ng doktor compared sa nurse. Okay? Or for example, mais kag kamote. So pwede na pataasan ng presyo sang mais kag pabaratuhon ng presyo sang kamote. Why? Para ang mga farmers ma-discourage pananom sa kamote kag ma-encourage mananom sang mais. Ngaman, it's because mananom kaya kamote nga barato lang baligya. Mananom na lang kaya sang mais kay mahal atoya taas akong tubo. 'Di ba? So now you're able to control kung ano nga item, ano nga product or service ang ma-produce. Okay? So that's allocative function. Okay? Now, production function. Ano naman na siya? So in production function refers to the relationship between quantity of input used to create a good and the quantity of output produced. Ibig sabihin, sa production, there is a relationship between the input and output. Okay? And it's being showed through production. So that's under the table, the example natin. So how many bakers do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Output, kung isa lang ka baker, nakakaproduce siya ng 50 na tinapay. Dua ka baker, 90. 3 bakers, 120. Marginal product. Ano ibig sabihin ng marginal? From the word itself, which we discussed last time, marginal refers to addition. Ibig sabihin, additional product. Okay? So, 50 na siya kasi from 0, walang production, to 50. Then, naman 40. 90 minus 50, 40. Naman. Kasi siyempre, yung duwa na, ang baker, sige 90. So, ibig sabihin, pilang nadugang from the 50? It's 40. Isang naging tatlo, 120 ang na-produce, minus mo sa 90, that's 30. 140 minus 120, that's 20. 150 minus 140, that's 10. If you notice sa marginal product, naganubo ang cost. Ang marginal product. Ibig sabihin, habang nagadugang ka ng baker, it doesn't mean na mas nagadoble ang production. It's actually going lesser and less. Why? It's because of the law or of the concept states that, or the law of diminishing marginal utility. Marginal product. Ano ba sabihin ng law of diminishing marginal product? It suggests that the more input you add, the lesser the marginal or the additional product being made. Kita mo? So, di ba dapat ang concept kung wala na tani, kung nagduwa, tani 100 kay 50-50, but no, it's just 90 naman. Kaya nagkaroon ng law of diminishing marginal utility product. So, nagtatlo, kung ano tani, 150, pero hindi naman, kaya na iba. Marginal law of diminishing marginal product. Rent on shop. The rent on shop is your fixed cost. What are the fixed costs? Fixed cost refers to the type of cost na wala nagabag-o maski mataas or manubo ang imo production. Maski may production ka da or maski wala, nalulugi ka man da or taas imo income, the rent or the fixed costs are still okay. So 100 siya, so maski isa lang imo baker, duwa imo baker, tatlo imo baker, 100 na siya. Okay, cost for the bakers, ini naman ang variable cost. So later makita naman natin. Variable cost, ini naman siya the type of cost that change depending on the production. Okay? Kung damo mo production, taas mo production, ano ba sila yun? Ibig sabihin, taas mo gasto, imo variable cost. Okay? Pero kung nubo imo production, ibig sabihin, nubo man imo production cost. Okay? And then total cost. So total cost is basically the sum of your fixed cost and variable cost. So as you can see, naman nag 120 is because 100 plus 20. Naman nag 140, that's 100 plus 40. 160 is 100 plus 160. Okay? All right, so these are the meanings, so we're not gonna be discussing that anymore. One last there though is the marginal cost. Marginal cost is the change in total input of the cost. So ano naman, paano mo na siya makompute? You go to the total cost. So as you add more input, ang total cost nag-even man. Okay? Or pwede mag-even or pwede hindi. But the new cost would be different from the previous cost. So from 120, okay? So nagduwa na iya baker naging 140. So pilang naging ang marginal cost, that would be 20 pesos. Naman 140 minus 120. 160 minus 140, that's also 20. 180 minus 160 is also 20. So that nagkataon lang. Okay? Now, total cost again is the combination of your fixed cost and variable. Now, to see if you're able to actually maximize or utilize the efficiency of your cost, ibig sabihin, mataas bala or manubo ang inyong cost, we can measure the cost in four measures. So, we have the average fixed cost, ibig sabihin, ano bala ang average ng isa ka item for the fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, and the marginal. Okay? The first three types of cost are called average cost. And then the last one is obviously the marginal cost. Okay? So average costs are called per unit cost and can be determined by dividing the firm's total cost by the quantity of output it produces. Per unit siya nga man. Kaya ang ginalantaw niya, sa isa ka unit, pila ang fixed cost nila. Sa isa ka unit, pila ang variable cost nila. Isa ka unit, pila ang total cost nila. So the formula there, average total cost is the total cost divided by number of units. Average cost is total fixed cost divided by number of units. Total variable cost divided by number of units. So paano mo siya ma-solve? So let's have it here. Okay? So for example, di ba for the ASP, okay, ASP or the average fixed. So sa fixed cost natin is 100, di ba? So 100 total fixed cost mo divided by pila ang output. So sa isang isa pa lang baker we have 50. So 100 divided by 50, so that would give you, all right, that would give you 2 pesos. Okay? So ano ba siya ngayon? Ibig sabihin, 2 pesos per unit. Ano ba siya ngayon? Ibig sabihin, sa fixed cost mo, you have you cost there 2 pesos per unit. Ibig sabihin, kada unit mo, ang ginabayad mo dira nga renta is 2 pesos per unit. Alright? Now, for average variable cost, so same bracket tayo. So dito lang tayo sa first tanay, sa first baker. Your AVC or average variable cost is pila to? 20 pesos divided by 50 units. For example, sa isa ka gani ka baker, 50 ang ma-produce mo. So, pila na siya. That would give you 40 cents per unit. Okay? So, basta lingon, in terms of the variable cost naman, kada produce mo, assuming that you're able to produce 50 units, ang isa dira ka unit will cost 40 cents for your variable. Now, how would you solve the ATC? So ATC, you can either solve it by 120 divided by 50. So that's going to give you 2.40 per unit. All right. Or you can just simply add 2 pesos plus 0.40 equals 2.40 per unit. So, ibig sabihin, pwede na i-add mo lang AFC kag ABC or add mo anay si fixed cost, fixed variable cost divided by 50. Okay? So, nakita mo, okay, 2 pesos gigalila akong per unit. So, paano na, ano na, Abraham, so, ibig sabihin, dapat doblehon mo ang imo production para mas mapagamay mo imo per unit ang imo fixed cost. And to such time that you're able to reach your target good. Okay, then marginal cost is just simply deducting your new cost, your new cost from the previous cost. So 140 minus 120 is 20 pesos. That would be your marginal cost. So here, I leave you the 5, 6, 7 as a row. You can go ahead and practice it on your own. All right. So now let's proceed. So efficient scale unit, okay, or efficient scale output. This is the lowest point of the average total cost. So sa efficient scale output, that would show in a graph niya, siya yung pinaka mababang presyo na ma-achieve mo to produce one product. And of course, that's what we want. Okay? Gusto natin, konti lang yung cost, pero marami yung ma-produce na item. Alright? Now, question, are the costs likely to change? The answer is, what do you think? Pwede ba magbago ang cost or ang gastos to produce a product or service? Okay. So the answer would be yes, it is possible. So we have two types of average total cost. So we can look at it at the short run period or the long run average total. So for the short run, it's the distinction of total cost between fixed and variable cost depending on the scope of time being discovered. So usually, of course, it's a shorter period. Mga weekly, monthly, quarterly, or so. Usually shorter than a 1 year. Okay? Now, long run average total costs are usually longer than 1 year. So it is the accumulation of different short run average total costs. Mas mahaba siya sa combination na siya ng lahat ng short run average for that time period. Okay? Now, there are 3 parts sa long run average total cost. Those are the economies of scale, the constant returns of scale, and the diseconomies of scale. So the state where long run average total cost falls as the quantity of output. So in the long run average total scale, this is the economies of scale is the most ideal part naman. It's because in every output that you produce, you are able to have double or more output. Ano ba sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin, kunwari, nag-input ka, naggastos ka ng hambalanta, piso, okay, para makaproduce ng isa ka item. So sa piso mo nga input, 2 ka item ang na-produce. Okay? Ibig sabihin, sa imo cost, mas marami ang kaya ma-produce. Okay, di ba manami? Kay gamay lang nga input, damo iya ang output. So that would be the most ideal. Now, the second is the constant return to scale. The constant return to scale is the state where long run average total cost stays the same as the quantity of output. Ano ba siningan? Ibig sabihin, equal lang. Kunwari, nagdugang ka piso para makaproduce ka ng item, ang na-produce, isa lang man. Okay? Equal lang sila. Equal lang yung proportion. Nagdugang ka pulo, ang na-produce, pulo man. Unlike na during the economies of scale, dugang ka pulo, 20 ang ma-produce. Okay? Now, this economies of scale is the one that we don't want. Okay? We don't want this part. So, kapag napupunta na siya rito, gusto natin bumalik siya kay economies of scale. Why? Because the state where long-run average total cost rises as the quantity of output increases. Ano ba ito yun? Ibig sabihin, mataas na imong cost, pero ang napoproduce, gamay lang. Ano ba ito yun? For example, nag-produce ka 10, nag-input ka 10 pesos as cost per item, okay, or per unit. Ang na-produce, instead na 10 kung sa constant tane, ang na-produce lang is 8. So, ibig sabihin, medyo mahal ang production. Okay? Nag-produce ka 20, nag-input ka 20 pesos, ang na-produce lang is about 15 items. Okay? So that's this economic of scale. So of course, if you're looking for production, efficient production, we don't want that. Kasi siyempre mahal siya. So as much as possible, gusto natin mas stay kita sa economy of scale. Alright? So that would be the end of the topic for today, and then I'll send you another one for the topic. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and send me your your questions at GC. I'll answer that, and then you can just go ahead and rewatch it during your convenient time to have a better understanding regarding the topic. So good luck.